Okay, so I want to welcome you to my beautiful art studio. It's so perfect, and actually, this is what my art studio looks like. It's not a studio, it's the spare room where we store everything, and I work in one corner of it. You can see there's a big orange bag of my daughter's Duplo.
We are here to destroy you.
There's a pillow there, and there's a duvet there trying to absorb some of the echo. So when I'm recording videos, the sound's a little bit better. The reason that I wanted to record this is because sometimes I think we can, I certainly can get into these, give myself excuses for not drawing. So like, if I had a beautiful studio like that, then I would draw a lot. If I had that, digital thing, or that tablet, or that paper, or that pen, or whatever, then I would draw a lot. I'm happy with my setup here. It's not bad at all, right? Like I've got a nice place to draw, and I've got how do I do this? I've got the little, it's really important to not just draw flat on the desk, to have the paper tilted up so that it's perpendicular to your eyes. Otherwise your proportions are going to get all warped because it's at an angle. So for me, I just have the paper tilted up with a desk easel. You can use a proper easel or whatever you want. Really important to have a dog to keep you company. And then got some art books and stuff like that. I've got a mess of things down here. I will say most of our flat is a lot tidier than this, and my wife will kill me for making this video, but basically this room is like not where we sort of live our life with our kids and stuff like that. So this becomes like a place to do creative stuff and to do work, and that just means like go, just make it, just do it. And it also becomes a bit of a dumping ground for, like, the drawers are just full of my kids' old clothes that they've grown out of. This is a cute one with the little ears on the hood and stuff. And they've both outgrown that, unfortunately, which is very heartbreaking. And then, so that's where my wife was doing her stop motion. She's had to pause a little bit. We just had a baby recently. These little things, they're not for drawing at all. They were for my wife's stop motion. Some experiments she was doing with stop motion just for practice. She's learning how to do it. She's getting better and better. And she made one about hand washing and stuff like that. Because I don't like these for drawing at all, because the idea, for example, that the shoulder is just like this ball stuck on the side of the torso, I think really gets people in a lot of trouble. People get the shoulders too wide for one thing, because they just kind of stick the shoulder on the side. The whole top of this is a total tangent away. I can't stop teaching life drawing. This is supposed to be a studio tour. The whole top of your torso is the shoulder structure, right? It starts from the middle, your collarbones. With this person, if I raise their arm, it just kind of raises like nothing happens in the torso. That doesn't make any sense, because a real person, when I raise my arm, this whole thing pivots, right? The whole thing pivots from here. Look, there's the shoulder, now it's up here, right? And you don't get that at all with this. And this is like the good thing is it's all like the figure turned into simple forms, and there's a solid rib cage structure and solid pelvis structure, but then the legs are just like stuck to the bottom. Anyway, I don't like it. I don't think it's very good for you to draw with, because I think it encourages certain bad habits. The hand, I also never draw, right? I think it's better. I don't think it has as many problems. Obviously, it's, it doesn't do it's not as problematic, but the reason I know is I've got hands. Like if I want to see a hand, I've got a hand, a perfectly good real hand that I can just see. Anyway, huge tangent. There's my mum's beautiful life drawing. There's a print like an old science type print. I can't remember the name, something prints. I'll put the name on the screen. There's an old ukiyo-e Japanese print, wonky, with the cable, the internet cable. Okay. And then most importantly, again, got to show you the dog. But there's all these if-then statements for learning how to draw, right? Like, if I had the perfect studio space, then I could learn to draw. If I was on that really, really expensive art school, then I could learn to draw. If I had, the best tablet or whatever, the best computer, then I could learn to draw. And so on, and so on, and so on. And there's only one if-then statement that is real, that really applies. If you practice your simplification skills consistently, then you'll get good at drawing. That's it. None of the other ones are real. If having a beautiful studio space meant that you practiced more, then it could help you learn to draw, but only because you were practicing consistently. And the truth is that you don't need that to practice consistently. You just need a piece of paper and something to draw with, and you can practice your simplification skills. I say simplification, often people say, perfect practice or good practice. But what does that mean? It usually means simplifying. So that means you simplify the values. So instead of seeing every little contrast, every little change in light and dark, you'll find the big simple shapes of light and dark and be able to merge them and design those shapes nicely. That's a huge simplification skill. Or when you're drawing a figure, you'll cut through all the individual little contours in the outlines and find big flowing curves, the gesture, simplify through gesture. When you're thinking about the forms, instead of every little structural detail of the forms, you're gonna think about simpler forms like cylinders and things like that. That could be helpful. But if you're looking at a landscape, again, simplifying into a big, simple value structure. That is, whether you do that with a biro and a piece of paper, you do it on your iPad, or you do it, whatever you do it with, simplification, if you practice simplification skills consistently, then you will get better at drawing. That's true. And it has to be consistent. You have to keep doing it. The quality, there's quality and quantity. Maggie, there's quality and quantity. So the quality is your practice is about simplification. The quantity is that you just keep doing it regularly. When you have both of those components, that's what you need. If you need, if you want a fancy material or whatever, it's not gonna fix things. Perfect paper, it's not gonna fix things. So yeah, you just need quality and you need quantity and you need a dog to keep you company and distract you from whatever you're doing. Right, Mags?